Alright gang, welcome back to our Survive 25 challenge on Zielonka. It is November. It is a little bit later start to the day. There's a reason for that. You also may notice that we have less money than where we left off with in the last episode. There's a reason for that as well. So to kind of round everything up, I just finished doing a contract which is going to help us accomplish our goal here. I bought I bought another greenhouse. Now, it is a smaller greenhouse, but it's the medium one where it gives you two of the small ones together. So it's not the big behemoth ones we put down, but a smaller version. And I've started that little row in the back there that I talked about that I was thinking about doing. I started that. So that is underway. Now, you might be asking, well, why the hell did you buy that for, Z? You were almost to the amount you need to be at to get the sprayer. Well, you're right. We were almost to there. I decided to make that change because it's going to give us a little bit more funds incoming every single month. And if we sell this actual fertilizer, the solid fertilizer spreader that we currently have, we will have enough money to still purchase that plus a pallet of liquid fertilizer and a pallet of herbicide. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell this actual fertilizer spreader. And it should get us to around $38-ish, $39-ish thousand, something like that, which is plenty for us to get what we need. It was $30,000 for the actual sprayer itself. Each pallet is about $3,000, so that'll leave us with around $3,000, somewhere around in there. Now, we are going to repair this, and we're going to repaint it. I need to make sure I get the buttons right. They've changed these a little bit for me. So we want to repaint it for $2,000, yes, and we want to repair it for $19,000. We can sell it for $20,000. And let's sell this thing. So it got us to $37,794. I was a little off on my amount. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that, but by the time we turn in this contract that I didn't show it to you on camera. I just decided to do it off camera. But by the time we turn this in, that's going to get us to our goal here. $39,269. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, we need to buy... I was hoping there'd be one on the used market. I didn't look yet, but I was like, oh, please let it be there, but it's not. So we're going to buy the Hardy Mega 1200 liter. $30,500. It's really the only one we can buy. Excuse me, gang. There's really the only one we can buy right now. It's got a good width, though. 24 meters. So let's go ahead and purchase this. All right, we're down to 8,769. We need to buy some pallets here as well. So let's do that. Let's buy a pallet of liquid fertilizer. I don't know which one I want. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? We'll go to the Corteva. Perfect. And we want a pallet of the herbicide. I'm going to go with the Corteva as well. We're just going to stick with the Corteva for now. All right. We're down to $3,169. But we now have our goal that we really needed. We've got everything we really need. There are other things that could certainly help us, but this is the last thing we desperately needed for our crop field that we have. And we'll be able to utilize this for contracts, etc. as we move forward. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. A quick note, for a while there we had dropped our difficulty down to normal just because we were having such difficulty. I wanted to be able to make a little bit more progress, so we dropped it down. I have since moved that back up to hard, so we are back on hard. We only were on normal for a couple of episodes, and that was just to kind of get ourselves back, get our feet back, under us, so we can get our feet wet again and get going, because where we were going, it was down a downward spiral. So we made a bit of a change, like we talked about in the last couple of episodes, modified the greenhouses a little bit, set them up better for us, sold our drill and got a smaller drill, and we've just been making progress since. Also, we just sold that solid fertilizer spreader to get this, so just constantly just trying to improve and better the series itself here. So I think we're in a good spot now. We're almost to a point where the greenhouses are making us enough money to cover our loan interest every month, which is great. If we can get to that point, we're going to be in really good shape. I do still have to figure out something to do with all these pallets of honey. They are going to be in the way. I'm tempted. I just ran over another one again. I'm tempted to kind of run around the outside edge here and try to hit some of this field here and get rid of some of these weeds. It's going to be a lot of wasted herbicide by doing this, so I don't really know if it's necessarily the right thing to do or not. I'm going to consider it. It looks like it's not really going to get as much as I expected. There's still going to be a big section of it that's not going to have any herbicide on it at all. The other option we have, and I want to look at it, that's the reason why I unfolded this, Just drill that sign, Z. Go ahead, buddy. I want to look and see if we were to do tram lines, which I really don't want to do. How many tram lines would I need to make here? If it's like 1, possibly 2, I may consider it. It's going to be 1 for sure. Probably 3 if I want to get all the way to the end here. Let me fold this up again. I'm going to drill that tree if I don't. Yeah, you're going to need at least 3. That's a lot of wasted crop if we do this. That's a lot of wasted crop. Is it worth it? I mean, the yield bonus is 82%, but those weeds are really going to cause us some mayhem there, aren't they? Let's do it. Let's put some tram lines in. We haven't done tram lines yet in this game anyway, so let's do it. I want to make sure we're not wasting areas here where we have to go over make multiple tram lines right next to each other. So let's do it the right way. Let's line it up. I've only had to do tram lines one other time in a series, and it was on FS25. So it's a little disappointing, but it is what it is, right? We couldn't get there in the last episode unless we just did a shit ton more of contracts and skipped time a bunch and did it late at night. Maybe we might have made it. Maybe. But I think it would have been pushing our luck a little bit still. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Staying safe, all that good stuff. Quick shout out to all my my current members. I appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. There is a members only video out there for you if you're interested in it. Series we're running. If you haven't watched it yet, which I think most of you looks like have watched it, but if you haven't or you missed it for some reason, it is out there for you. And if you're not a member and you're interested in that, that is another option for you. You can get some more content if you're interested in it by becoming a member. You also get early access to all of these videos. A little bit of a shameless plug there for myself, but you get access to these videos no matter when they're ready. Regardless if I have 3 of one series ready and they're ready hours. I say hours. They're ready days in advance of something else. You still get access to it. I'm missing a little bit, but that's all right. I got most of it. But it's just an extra perk for them. The only thing bonus they get that you don't get is the members only series, which is it's a once a month series we're running. We just started that as an extra bonus. Thank you to all of them for subscribing, for being a member, I guess, to my channel. For joining the channel, I guess is what we'll call it. For 3 tram lines for sure, and we can just hit that edge there and touch that up. Don't love it. I hate having to put tram lines in, but it is what it is. It is what it is, right? All right, gonna get a little bumpy here for a minute. Hang on. Oh boy. All right, we need to fold this up to get around that tree. Almost lost it there. I need a weight on the front of this, but I currently do not have that. So we're just going to have to make do with what we got. I will show you the greenhouse here in just a second, and we will touch up the water. There have also been a few mods that have come out. I don't necessarily know if we're going to utilize them on this series, with the exception of one. I do think we will utilize one. May not be yet. Well, actually, I can tell you it won't be today. We really don't have the money for it. But we will probably be putting this in. It'll probably be put in on every series that we have that requires water, honestly. Because while the little trick we did, right, with the rice fields is awesome, it's very helpful and useful and free, it is very much unrealistic, I guess. Well, I shouldn't even say that. This game is unrealistic all the way around the board. But maybe you get what I mean. I really had planned on, the only reason I bought this plot of land, and I should have tested it before I did, like I mentioned, was because I thought we were going to be able to get water out of this little stream, and if nothing else, I thought I was going to be able to get water out of that little lake there. I thought part of that lake was actually in the main area of the game, but it's not. But what I'm getting on about here, I'm just kind of rambling. What are you getting on about, Z? Well, I don't know what it's under. So you need to give me a minute here. What under? Maybe others maybe? I don't know what it's under. Anyway, it's basically a water tank. Now, there is a water tank in here. There's this one, which I didn't realize was a water tank you could utilize. Well, it's not that one. There's one in here somewhere. Anyway, there's a water tank in here somewhere that you can actually utilize. I don't remember where it is, but it's in there somewhere. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it's I don't know where it would be. I bought it. Miscellaneous? Nope. I don't know what it's under. This is what we need to pick up those pallets, by the way. 10 grand. Since it doesn't have a front loader availability for it. Where else would it be? It has to be in there. It has to be. Has to be. Maybe it's under silos, maybe? Nope. That's not it. Container, probably. Here it is. This is it. And here's the one that comes in the game that most people were like, where is it at? This is the one right here. You can get water out of this. It's 10 grand. It does cost money, I think, for this one. But this is the one we're going to put down. It's only 500 bucks. We actually could do it right now. I thought it was more expensive than that. But we're going to utilize this instead of this for our water tankers. Our water, for filling up our water tank. I can't talk today, gang. We're going to utilize this moving forward. I'm not exactly sure where I want to put it yet, but that's what we're going to utilize. Anyway, the main reason we came over here was to talk about this. So this is what we put in. It's pretty nice. Again, very similar to that one over there, just a smaller size. If we go into here, I'll show you the one exactly we put in there. So these are the same size. See, these are the little ones I was talking about. But you can get a double-decker one if you want to, and that's what we put in here. So we've got another one. We've got this row over here started to fill it up, right, with some more greenhouses. These will be a little bit easier for us to purchase because we don't necessarily have to get the double like that. We can just get a normal one for $9,000. It's not like you're saving any money by doing that. We just had the money to do it, so I decided to do it. So once we start getting $9,000, we can kind of line that going up that way. That's the goal, at least. But yes, a late start today. Late start was to allow us to really be able to purchase this. And to do those fertilizing contracts itself as well. So I'm going to unload this, and the reason for that is because we are going to go down to the shop again. We're going to pick up the actual fertilizer, and we're going to do some contracts, mainly because we are done for today over here. There's not really a whole lot else we can do. We just got to wait for time to pass, right? Once 16 hits, we're going to get a little bit more money. I think we're getting around $700-800, which is a little bit less than what the actual interest is on our loan, but it's pretty close, so I'm pretty happy with that every hour, right? So at least after a 2-hour period, we're paying for our loan, so it's not as big of a deal as it once was. We still want to get that thing paid off, absolutely, but it is less of an issue now with having the amount of greenhouses we have. We just got to keep adding greenhouses at this point, right? That should be our goal now. Now that we have enough to work on our field and we have enough to go out and do different contracts, our goal should be, let's do as many greenhouses as possible. Let's build that sucker up. Let's make it a greenhouse city over there, right? Just full of greenhouses. That way, when it comes time for us to put down our production that we're going to utilize from the greenhouses, which likely won't be the mushrooms, unless there is something specific that I haven't seen for the mushrooms, it'll probably be, some kind of a vegetable greenhouse one, which, granted, right now all we're doing is vegetable stuff, but, right now all we're doing is mushroom stuff, except for one greenhouse, but You get the point, right? Their initial goal there is to start utilizing those regular greenhouses that we can use vegetables from to utilize that for our production, and the mushrooms are there just mostly to try to produce us as much money as possible, so we can continue to progress in this series. All right, so we've got a full tank here of liquid fertilizer. We'll do a quick save here, and we will check out and see what other contracts are out there right now. There were a few fertilizing, I know for a fact. This one's really close to us, so let's go ahead and do that. Can we use of any type, liquid, solid? I was going to say I didn't even check that. I was hoping that was the case because that's how it was in the last one, but you never know, right? You just never know anymore. So we'll take both of those fertilizing contracts. I don't know where the other one is. It's okay, it's down south of us. So let's do this one first. It's not too far away. It's not this field, but the next field. So we'll take care of this one. With this width that we have, which is a nice width, it shouldn't take us too long to do this. We should be able to change the width as well, like if we want to drop it down to a smaller width, which will save us a lot of fertilizer. More so than the solid fertilizer spreader, right? There wasn't really an option for us to drop that down. This one should have that option. Now that I said that, let me just make sure they didn't change nothing on me, because I've utilized this one many times before. Yep, we can change the width. Perfect. That's what we wanted. And let's get underway. Perfect. Might take us a little bit longer to do the fertilizing this way, but I'm okay with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. It's we were able to get something we needed out of it, and it's going to kill two birds with one stone since we can do both fertilizing and herbicide spraying with it. Might be a tiny bit more expensive in the long run to go this path, but I'm okay with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. So let's get going here, gang. We're going to get this contract done. We're going to get contract on Field 86 done as well. I may have to pull the map up in the left-hand corner from time to time just to figure out where the hell I'm going. I think I know how to get there. I think. Because when we did the playthrough on Zielonka on FS25, we were kind of in the southern area of that Field 86. We weren't actually on Field 86, but we were in that area. So I think I know how to get there, but bear with me if I do have to pull up the map during the time lapse. So let's get going here. Let's get it done. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, that contract's done, gang. I decided to take a bit of a walk for a little while. We waited a couple hours, and we're back now. So, let's see. We need to turn in those contracts really quick here. Get us a little bit more money. Gets us to 8,330. It's not quite enough, I don't think, to buy another greenhouse, but we can take a peek here. It is not. We need 9 grand, so we're just short, unfortunately. We'd like to put down another one today, another small one. So what we probably will end up doing here is waiting a little bit. I don't know for sure if we're going to get enough or not now that I'm saying this. But my goal here is hopefully... This is not going to be perfect. I can see that already. That's unfortunate. I was wanting it to be perfectly straight here. But I don't think that's going to work. I have the free mode on so they can kind of overlap each other. Because again, we're not really going into these things. They're just going to be distributed as soon as we have enough to... put down a production of some sort, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but I don't really like that. I mean, it's not even on the same line as those. If I go into this one, does it do the same line? Is it because I'm switching the size? Well, it's not really. It's the same size, but may think it is. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be doing it either. It's still slightly off. That's a little frustrating and annoying, but it is what it is. So tell you what, let's take another little walk around. I'll just walk around the farm here for a few minutes, and 1,900 hits. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have enough to put down another greenhouse. Well, another brisk couple-hour walk here, and we are at the time where we wanted to be at, so we can actually put this down. So I guess I'm gonna have to just put it slightly off like that. I guess it's gonna have to work. I don't love it. I mean, that's more better. More better. That's a better location for it. It does have a little bit of a space there, but, I mean, it is what it is, right? I guess we'll have to make do with it. It's getting dark anyway. Let's get this down before it gets too dark for all of you to watch. Boom. 9 grand more. And we got to fill this thing up. This is going to really start making a huge impact for us here, gang. This is really going to help. So we want to how's this small one? Why is it not is it because I don't have any water in it? Is that what the problem is? Before it let me turn it on. Here we go. It just wasn't letting me move over there for some reason. I don't know why. So we'll put them both on selling, just like we're doing with everything else. Doing a lot of mushrooms right now, where we are going to be flipping more to these here very soon, but we really need the mushroom ones to make us profit here. I'm not a big fan of just skipping time like we just did there, and I've done that a lot here at the beginning, but it's mostly just for us to save time. And I see a lot of the other guys have been doing the same thing, right? They've been moving the time around as it, as necessary. And I think it's fine. I mean, it's still the same day. It's not like we're jumping a bunch of days. We did that once, just for our reset. But we haven't done it since, and we're not going to do it. Like I said, we may skip, a month from time to time, but we're not going to skip, 4 or 5 months just to get something ready to harvest like we did that last time. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. Let's fill this sucker up. Turn all the lights on. It's getting a little hard to see, probably for you and for me. Those lights are bright as... That's the first time I've really used the brights heavily on this this tractor here. They're bright, man. Those things are great. You could actually legitimately do some work at night with this tractor. Alright, are they full now? Yeah, they're full. These could use a little bit, so let's go drop the rest of this off in the other ones here, the bigger ones. So initially, my goal here, it's kind of hard to probably see and talk about it now that it's nighttime, but my goal here is once we get rid of the little rice paddy field, or rice field over there, we put down that water tank thing, right? I'm going to have like a little turnaround back here, right? And then that has easy access to get into those and to get into these, right? And I don't really know if my initial thought of bringing these back this way is going to work, given the fact of how close those are. I thought those were going to be able to be pushed closer to the little creek there, but that was not the case. So we'll have to just play it by ear, though, as we go along, right? And these things being so close together, I mean, it's fantastic. I can literally just run up to it. I don't ever have to hit the, you know, unload water button again, and it'll just constantly unload as I carry along. It's great. When one's full, you just keep on moving, and it'll start unloading into the other one. This rethink and reapproach here it's a game changer for us, man. It really is. It really is. This is helps us out tremendously. I really truly think if we didn't make this change, you know, if I didn't sell the cedar and, you know, downgrade to another one or whatever, I truly think we would have probably failed this. We would have been in the negative, in the red. I really believe that. We were not going the proper way, and I really should have went about it to begin with, and, you know, differently than I did too, which I kind of mentioned, right, a number of times already. All right, perfect. Let's fill this thing back up. And we are done, gang. Call it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Made some major upgrades. More greenhouses. We've got our sprayer now. We're set. We are set for the future here. We've got everything we need to really work on this and to continue to work on this for the foreseeable future. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. It's free. And until next time, I will see each and every single one of you in the next episode.